I can't stand the look of bonnets and pajamas in public. Let's just get that part out of the way. But I'm 55 and I understand I may not get it. Also, this argument is so much bigger than anyone's opinion of fashion. This isn't even a new conflict. I swear it's Booker T. Washington versus W.E.B. Du Bois showing back up over a do-rag and a blazer. But before we get into that, let's kill two arguments that I keep hearing that to me are ridiculous. People keep saying I'm paying tuition, so I should be able to wear what I want to. No, you paid for an education, not a dress code exemption. A restaurant doesn't let you walk in wearing a bikini just because you're paying for a meal. Second, people are saying that white institutions don't police our heads in fashion like HBCUs do. So, white institutions aren't thinking about how to prepare black children to thrive in a white racist society. Don't mistake their ambivalence towards our issues for liberation. Now back to the Booker T. Washington versus W.E.B. Du Bois roots of this whole debate. Side one is Washington's vision. Cash down your bucket where you are, master the trade and the professionalism, and beat the existing game from the inside. That's the case for the dress code. And it's personal for me because I went to Tuskegee because my mama sent me there to prepare me to get a job, honey. And yeah, is that selling out for the white way of doing things? Absolutely. But see, I like to eat. I like to pay my bills. I'm a dreamer and an activist, but I'm also a realist. Side two is Du Bois' vision, and his questions still land. Who decided what professionalism looks like? Was it us or something handed down from rooms we weren't allowed in? This is our university, so why are we still calibrating to somebody else's comfort? Du Bois believed Washington's approach asked too much, too slowly, and trained us to earn acceptance instead of demanding it. Du Bois's way would have had us building our own standards from the jump, walking into every room exactly as we are, and forcing that room to make space for us, instead of shrinking ourselves down to fit through somebody else's door. The modern version of that argument brings data. Instead of working on changing the system, why is the school focused on do-rags? Tuskegee's own 6-year graduation rate sits around 57%. How does banning a bonnet move that number? And that's a fair question. My answer is the dress code didn't come alone. It came with mandatory internships, certifications, and attendance tracking, all aimed at that exact outcome. But that's the tension, right? Wanting the job, because we got bills, and wanting the new system. That is the struggle every black person faces every day, finding liberation from a system we're still forced to live inside of while still wanting to change the system. And I don't think either choice is wrong, and we all try to manage it. This exact tension is nothing new for us either. In 2001, Hampton's Business School banned dreadlocks and cornrows for MBA students, defended as necessary for the job. People were furious because locks are literally how our hair can grow. Years later, you see locks in boardrooms everywhere because people pushed back. Washington and Du Bois clashed for decades, and neither was wrong. Two roads, same destination. So I believe families need to ask themselves which education they actually want. If you want to master the system as it stands, Tuskegee is doing exactly what it was built to do. If your vision of freedom means rejecting that game entirely, that's just as valid. But Tuskegee may not be the right school for you.
I don't even understand why this is a debate. Why is this a debate? The Shade Room says Tuskegee University sparks debate after banning bonnets and do-rags in classrooms and cafeteria. This is wild. To even debate this is crazy. I get the intention, but Black excellence is not a dress code. We don't need to cosplay white corporate professionalism just to prove we belong. If HBCUs want stronger reputations, improve admissions, academics, graduation rates, and student outcomes. These are the things that Black people want to fight for. Bonnets and do-rags in public. And pajamas, mind you. I don't see the issue. It's an HBCU. Dr. Mark Bryan is running the show. He's Black. I like it. I don't let my kids go in public like that either. He wants our youth to carry themselves more professionally. God forbid, but you know, that's considered white supremacy in case y'all didn't know. Because you're, what is it called? You're doing what the white systems want you to do. Always got to be coming back to white people. And yet these are the people that talk about others being white supremacists. That's all y'all do is worry about what the hell white people do. I promise you I give a shit what white people do. Maybe this is why Generation Z can't find a damn job. Maybe it really doesn't have to do with much more than not only are you Z, of course, I think that's it, but because y'all think that you should be able to do what you want, whenever you want, however you want, and that's just not how life works. This mess with no one has to follow the rules is going to get a lot of Black people in trouble. Why am I saying Black people? Because I'm Black. Because I'm Black. Bonnets are one thing, but do-rags, oh my God. Since when did do-rags really bother anyone? Y'all worried about what? Well, y'all worry more about what people have to protect their hair rather than the part of education, especially at a HBCU. This effery, then don't go there. There's always a solution. Don't go there. Anybody think that they're not going to go there? Start getting kicked out like Howard. You got Howard up there crying because they got kicked out because they couldn't pay. I guess that's white supremacy too. And now, because somebody wants you to step your game up because they can see that a lot of y'all are failing already, you're still not happy. Yeah, child, you just can't make people happy. Y'all think that bucking the system means that you have to just defy every single rule that's in place because of the white supremacist institutions that are in play. Well, child, go take it up with Tuskegee. God forbid that someone wants you to do your best and look your best so that you're not out here crying and whining on TikTok talking about no one will hire you. Y'all do understand these are adults who pay tuition to go there. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I agree, if you dress professionally, you'll feel and look, think more professional. You can't get a job in the real world wearing a do-rag, a hairnet, or slippers. After all, isn't that what college is all about? Preparing yourself to attain gainful employment? Clearly not. Most of the time, honestly, it's about the college experience. You can't tell me nothing different. I'm telling you, most people go to college, they go for the experience and the fun and the living on your own and all that shit. And that's why they get all surprised about the tuition all at the end that they have to pay back. Honestly, I'm not outraged against this. There really isn't a reason to have a bonnet and do-rag on in public. 100. Well, Monique tried to tell ya. She tried to tell ya. They used to turn fire hoses on us in suits. Again, white people. All about white people. This came from a black institution, from a black man that I found out is a tether from Trinidad. And now all of a sudden it's got something to do with white people. Y'all bring white people into your lives, but allegedly people like me are the white supremacists. No, you're the white supremacist. You are so obsessed with white people, it's ridiculous. Just be normal, like the other woman said. It's okay just to dress like a normal person, because y'all surely do go to Shein and all that shit. Is that where you get your bonnets from? You know that's coming from the Chinese people. You're Asians. Y'all got to leave that shit alone anyway. This goes against your thing about Asians. One of the biggest advantages to attending college is the fact that you can wear whatever you want. Lord have mercy. I can't even believe these people are making this argument. You're sleep deprived and highly stressed. Rolling out of bed and running to class in do-rags and bonnets is normal. What the F is this? At no time in college did I see anyone running around campus with a do-rag on or a bonnet. Never, 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 never. This is bigger than just preparing students for work. It's about self-respect, standards, and taking pride in how folks show up. Bonnets, do-rags, and bedroom shoes have their place, but not in the classroom. Tuskegee is not policing blackness, but just asking students to raise their game. Good for Tuskegee. I say the same thing. Shout out to Tuskegee, because the world does not owe you anything, and the world ain't going to change just because y'all want it to. So if you want to continue to not get, then keep bucking the system, quote unquote, because that's the only system you have. Because y'all said you wasn't leaving. Y'all not going to Africa like Laura Reed said. So if y'all think you're just going to continue to buck the system and you think that's going to work and get you your way, you're going to continue to see things go downward for you. These are Z's. These are definitely Z's whining and complaining yet again about something that they have complete control over. Go in your dorm room and spend your days there in your do-rags, your slippers, your pajamas, and your bonnets. Keep that shit where it belongs. Monique already tried to tell y'all, you gave her a hard time. You tried to cancel her. Don't go to Tuskegee. Don't go to Tuskegee, but I promise you, this is about to become a thing for a lot more universities than just them. I don't care how they show up to class as long as they show up to class. Them wearing bonnets and do-rags has no bearing on how they can contribute in the classroom. And why ban them in dining halls? Because people don't want to see that shit when they're eating, because I know I don't. So maybe that would be the reason why. What, of all the things that black people want to choose to fight for, is this. It is amazing. It's amazing. Dining hall, so you got to get dressed up just to get breakfast. That's insane. I hate when people come to the freaking the breakfast thing and hotels dressed in their pajamas and shit. It's like, oh my God, you just out here like somebody wants to see your fucking tits bouncing and your things swinging and all that shit. You are not at home. No respect for the rest of anybody else. Everybody just got to accept your funkiness. It's freaking bullshit. Let me read some of these comments. It says, can we stop associating professionalism with white people? Your appearance absolutely matters. Your attire projects your intention and goals. No, let's just let them continue to do what they want. And then they wonder why they can't get jobs. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is part of the reason why these people can't get jobs. They don't think that they have to be professional because that's white. Again, being obsessed with white people. So they want to do what they want to do and then call it racism. Nah, sis, you're going to have to do what needs to be done in order to get the job. You don't get a job, get paid, and do what you want to do. That ain't how it works. And if you had a business, if you had a real business, and you had a job for someone to do, and they decided to do what they want, I guarantee you, your story would change. This one says, this is an example of how we find an excuse to be mad at everything, even if it makes sense in general, no matter your racial background or the space. Why do you want to walk around in bonnets and do-rags? I agree. I mean, I went to Tuskegee in 09. Oh, Tuskegee in 09. It was required for you to wear business casual while going to classes. Set the standards, Tuskegee. I agree. Standards are a thing. Look the word up. It does matter. If you wear it to bed, it shouldn't be outside on your head. Oh, come on, rhymes. Same for pajamas. Too many alternatives are available. Hats, caps, silk heads, scarves, wraps, joggers, sweatpants, etc. Then when the black men came out here in their quarter zips, y'all had to fit over that. So the standard is nothing. So in other words, the standard for the community is nothing. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all fight for some of the dumbest shit. It's ridiculous. This says if you're paying tuition, you should be able to wear whatever the fuck you want. That's the same thought as if you go into the restaurant, like the lady said, you should be able to do whatever you want. Nope, it don't work that way. You do whatever you want at home. Go do what you want to do at home. Or in other words, actually go home to your parents' house and do whatever you want to do there. Let us know how that work out. Because if your parents are worth the shit since you're going to Tuskegee, I promise y'all, they ain't allowing this. I promise you they not. But y'all, do what you want. And when you don't get anything and you're out here crying racism, I'm going to go ahead and remember this conversation and all these other dumbass conversations that y'all are equating to white people and racism, because you are the actual people that are obsessed with white people. And at the end of the day, are actually the white supremacists. Y'all hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Hype this daggone video. Make sure you comment. I see you all in the next one.